we walked into the house and getting the keys, and the girls have been with us. The Quint's like looking at multiple homes over the past couple of weeks, and we're moving. We're going to move. Do we like this house? Do we like this house? Does this work? Does this work? You know? And at this time, like Riley walks in, and all of a sudden they're like, Riley's crying, and it's not happening. I'm upset, blah, blah. And so one of my friends told me that rejection is always protection. Wow. That is so good. I've never heard that before. And I think a lot of us, when we get rejection in multiple ways, we don't see it as a form of how could this be God's provision for us?
This is More Than Reality podcast, where we dive into all things faith, family, and marriage, and share that there is so much more than the reality that you see on the surface. Welcome to More Than Reality with Adam and Danielle Busby.
Hello.
What's up, guys? So we took a break, last week from episode 41. So this is now episode 41 of More Than Reality podcast. I am Adam Busby.
And I'm Danielle Busby.
And we're back. Yeah, this week has been pretty crazy.
Yeah, a lot's going on. We're actually thinking about all the podcasts because we are literally packing up the house. And Adam's like, we got to take the lights and the studio stuff down, so you won't have that built up.
Yeah, probably next week.
Might look different.
If you're watching on YouTube, it's probably not going to look like this. It'll probably be very plain next week, I would imagine.
It's very plain as is. I'm kind of ready
a lot
for
more
a
plain.
new look.
It'll be a lot more plain because it'll probably we'll be in front of a white.
It'll be a different background for sure.
A white wall, I would imagine, because I doubt we're doing any paint this week. But we're in the process of, from looking in this office, we haven't done one thing, but
Babe, this office is yours. I ain't touching a thing in here. So.
In the process of moving. So we have, it was a debacle. We thought we were going to be moving into a different house that we absolutely loved. For whatever reason. Obviously it wasn't meant to be, but we thought we were right there. We had
signed papers.
We had docu-signed everything over, and then literally
the next day I was like, why isn't the owner signed papers? Well, they've decided that they don't want to sell it.
Yeah, and then they delisted the house.
And I was like, are you kidding me?
You had already agreed on everything and sent over paperwork.
And we have been going back and forth for a couple weeks, and it was just so heartbreaking to be dropped like that.
And it was also a little odd because then like a few days later it went.
The next week it went
because
back
Danielle
up.
Obviously was following the listing on her phone, and then got a notification from the listing, and it was relisted first thing the next week.
Yeah. So
relisted
I don't know what the deal
with
was.
The same realtor, and then listed under contract, which is super shady in my opinion. But
it's like, just give us a reason and whatnot. But I'm going to share something that one of my friends told me because
but now, so we're like, look, what's the fastest way possible that we can like make this move? Really our heart, like what we really wanted to do. I just realized I'm not wearing my watch, but what we wanted to do is just get the kids settled. Like we knew we're going to be making this move in the next few months. And we did not want to get the kids in a new school. Get the kids registered and put in school and then turn around in like a month or so and pull them out of the school that they were in.
Over this season.
And then bring them and have to get acclimated to a whole new school. It's just one of those things. Like whenever you start the school year, there's always those like new year jitters. You got a new teacher, but like whenever you're starting, like all the kids are kind of going through that. And then especially Blake. Blake is really the one that we're most like sensitive about because she's starting 9th grade, which is a completely different school. The school that she would be going to is massive. And so for her to start a new school and then turn around and pull her right back out and go back to another big school, not quite as big, but another big school, that's a tough adjustment. And so that's what we were worried about most. And so like, we're just, hey, what can we possibly do to get in a house quick so that we can get moved before school starts? And then we'll worry about this house, get it listed and everything. And so we decided just to go ahead and rent a house for the next year. Well, obviously
I mean,
making some compromises on just the rental. Like we both just feel like this is the best move just for the way everything's going. Housing market, economy, interest rates. I just feel like, okay, let's hold tight before buying something. I think everything will look a lot better in a year from now. And so,
well, plus we're a family of 8, so it's very hard to find. Was very heartbroken about that house because we both felt like walking into that house that it was a house we could see ourselves in, and we really did like it.
Yeah.
And I was just so heartbroken by the fact that it was like why did we go through all this to then not have a reason of why we're not moving forward?
Yeah.
You know, and then the next week to see it relisted. And I was just like so confused. However, I was sharing this with my friend, like this women's group, this like prayer group, and looking for a house and all these things. And I felt like we wasted all of June, you know, looking at different houses, but like continuously working on to, you know, get into that house and buy that house and whatnot. And so I was just kind of sharing with my prayer group, like, it's not happening. I'm upset, blah, blah. And so one of my friends told me that rejection is always is always protection. And I was like, wow, that is so good. Like, I've never heard that before. And I think a lot of us, when we get rejection in multiple ways, we don't see it as a form of, how could this be, you know, God's provision for us? We look at it like we failed or we're not good enough or whatever those, you know, negative thoughts might be. But just to have someone, you know, in my circle, just be able to remind me that, man, this is okay. Like, God is protecting you. This rejection is protection. There's something that is better, or that he wants you all in, and not this one. It's what's best. So I don't know. I've literally been thinking about that like little phrase, rejection is protection. And so I feel like it can be applicable to so many different aspects of like challenges people go through. And then the situation with dealing with like a house thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to receive that, and I'm going to believe that, because as much as I wanted that house, it wasn't perfect, but I just felt like it was the right house.
Yeah.
I'm going to receive that God's is protecting us from something within. So we won't understand. We don't know why. And that's kind of annoying in our human self that we don't understand why, but I'm going to continue to move on. And so the next day, like, this house came up on the market, and these like lease houses, I mean, they're going so fast because people aren't wanting to necessarily buy really right now. So we like went and saw it the next day, and I think we saw like 2 or 3 after church or something, and decided, hey, let's put applications in for them and kind of go from there. But decided on this one. It's, you know, it's a great size house, but we're definitely
a little tighter,
a lot more compressed, you know, giving up a lot of,
which that wasn't really much of a concern. Like, even the house that we were looking at, like, it didn't have a pool, and we were perfectly fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's always something you could put in later, but it's definitely more confined space. I mean, it doesn't have an office. So Adam's taken one of the bedrooms, which is fine because the girls share rooms anyways, and Blake will still have her own room. But actually was trying to get them to all just do like one bunk bedroom, and then the other room, the rooms are great size, complete bunk bedroom, like you're on vacation, like with a beach house.
They'd have like a bunk room, and then like
their get
ready
closet
vanities
room
and stuff like that.
And like in the whole other room, because there's, you know, it's 5 girls, and I think 1 or 2 of them was like, that's cool, but no, I don't want to share a room with everybody.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. So yeah, this week is packing, and you know, it's a lot. which I'm glad, because it's giving, in this situation versus now we're going to be, moving to a lease house, which is, hopefully within a year we'll find something to purchase that fits us and that, that's better for us. When we're packing, I'm kind of like, okay, this is going to go to the house because we need this, or this is donations because we haven't used this. This keeps getting closer and closer to me. And then the other one is go to storage because we're not going to get rid of it, but I don't necessarily need it this next year. Mm. So there's a lot, but I've like taken lots of drives to the donation center and dropped off a lot of stuff. The van's full in the back too, and my car. So I like the declutter, and I'm really looking forward to a little bit smaller space to kind of maintain, and just for a season, I'm sure by the end of it, I'll be ready for like more space, but
yeah,
I'm content and satisfied with where we're going.
We're going to talk a little bit more about this whole subject and stuff. But first we wanted to mention our sponsor for today. It's Good Ranchers. We love Good Ranchers. We don't have to worry about like all the additives or, extra hormones or whatever people may be putting in meat nowadays. There's been all kind of like crazy scares and stuff, and people just sensitive to that nowadays. And with Good Ranchers, you don't have to worry about that. All the meat is 100% born, raised, harvested, all in the U.S. If you go to goodranchers.com, everything is sourced from U.S. ranches. It's packaged and shipped straight to your door, so you don't have to worry about going to the grocery store and shuffling through meat and stuff like that. It's all best quality meat. High quality cuts, and you can just pick what you want. So you can go to goodranchers.com. We also have
Busby.
We have a code Busby, and you'll get $40 off plus your choice of free meat for life of your subscription.
Yeah. So get a bonus onto your monthly package of meat that you get delivered to your door. You get to pick an extra free thing.
Yep.
You can also visit goodranchers.com/Busby and check out the Busby curated box. Is what we use on the weekly basis. So thanks, Good Ranchers, for sponsoring this podcast.
Yep. Good Ranchers, American meat delivered. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about like all the house stuff and like our thought process and stuff. So we want to do Connect card today?
Sure.
Let's get that started. Did you shuffle these?
Yeah.
If you could live anywhere for 1 month, where would it be?
Ooh, that depends on the season too.
It does.
Something like a Lake Tahoe.
Ooh, I was thinking that too.
Because you get
got like best of both worlds.
Yeah, you can have like the lake and a little bit of the beach-ish. I know that there's like this one resort on the north side that they have like, I think it's a Hyatt or something, but they have like beaches up on the north side, but you also have like the mountains. So like I want the view, but I also want to be able to go on the water if I want to. So I think something like that.
Yeah.
Kind
and
of cool.
If it's summer, you can still do all the water stuff. Beautiful lake, clear water.
Yeah, definitely.
If it's winter,
it wouldn't be through winter.
It would
definitely
snow.
Be like,
I mean, so you got everything right there. You got awesome scenery.
Yeah.
Yep.
So something like that. Yeah, that's a fun one.
That's it. That's a good pick. I think if I was picking, it would 100%. There would be a mountain in the view.
Yeah. By the way, you picked that card for me, so I'm picking yours for you.
I mean, I didn't look.
What do you see in me that you also see in yourself?
Just the way I feel like we're just so much on the same team as like parenting and like how we want to parent, how we feel about kids and technology and how we want to raise kids nowadays. There's just so many distractions and things in this world that can cause so much chaos in homes and a kid's life. So I definitely see that, like anything whenever it comes to that, we're always like on the same page and like, yes, I agree with that. And just like how we want to raise our kids. We want to raise our kids more like how old fashioned in a sense per today's standards, I would say.
Yeah.
Focus on family and close-knit like community, just block out world's distractions.
Yeah.
I would say.
Good.
So, yeah, it was interesting. Like yesterday I was at the new house, and obviously before we start moving and stuff, you got to get different types of utilities and set up.
It's funny how men and women think differently when it comes to like what all needs to get done. Let me hear your top 3 things that you have to do for moving.
I mean, in order to, like, I can't move into a house if there's no internet, because then I can't work.
Yeah. So like, internet had to get set
that
up.
has to be done first. And so like thinking about stuff like that, what's funny, like this past weekend, Danielle starts like packing and organizing and purging and stuff. And she starts in the kitchen. And so we had like the people that do like house cleaning and stuff here at this house, we had them go to the other house to just like clean it so that we can start moving stuff over. And she was like, well, let's just bring these boxes that I have done over to the house. Since we're driving over there, let's just
if
at
I'm
least
driving
bring
over there,
something.
I'm bringing what I have, something. I'm packing the car down.
It's like a few less things you have to bring later. And so we bring all this stuff. It was like all of our dishes and cups and pots and pans that I would cook with, and like my cutting boards. And so like the next morning, like I wake up, it was Sunday morning, wake up, go to the gym. And I just like ran to stop and get it like donuts before church and bring them home. And the girls like open up the counter, the cabinet to get their cups, and the cabinets are empty. They're like, where's the cups? I'm like, oh crap.
I didn't take all that. There is still, open the dishwasher. That's
I know,
what we
exactly.
get to use.
I was like, oh, thank God there was still some in the dishwasher. So
no, I wasn't that dumb.
Hand cleaned them. I mean, that's one of your things. I mean, first of all, like before we do anything, I mean, we need to like purge stuff, like, because we don't want to just pack up a bunch of stuff and take a bunch of stuff that's unnecessary. So internet was very important to me, because so that I can move over and immediately be able to work, because I can't just like have dead air, or I would have to like go remote, and that wouldn't be fun. Next step for me is like start the process of like purging and organizing and stuff, and like what am I taking, what is not necessary and stuff like that. Like this office, I mean, it's probably going to take me a full day of just going through stuff and like transferring stuff.
Like those Skittles over there?
There's like 2 in there.
You hate all those Skittles.
I mean, that's been there for probably 3 weeks.
That's a huge bag of Skittles.
That's what I do when I'm editing. And then like today I started on like clothes. I started in one section of my closet and just start pulling out like a handful of like hangers. And I probably discarded half of the shirts out of that one section.
You need to discard half of your closet.
So far I have.
Yeah.
That definitely scares me a little bit, because like the closet, like here at this house, we have 2 closets, one for me, one for her. And then this new house, it's one bigger combined closet. But
it's still pretty small for.
Yeah. And then our closet now has like built-ins and drawers and stuff. And this new one just has a few shelves, and that's really it.
Yeah.
So that's going to be.
But Adam.
It's going to be tough. We're figuring that out. And like have to go buy some furniture or something.
All your shoes are going upstairs.
I mean, they're not going to fit in that closet, because, like, I mean, you got to think a lot of this stuff that's in here is going to go in that closet.
I know.
Because you're wanting to put that big cabinet somewhere in the house.
I know, but like your shoes, like your racks of shoes and stuff, put it on the wall. It's not going to look. I mean, just imagine if this was a shoe wall. Like we actually talked about that a long time ago.
Yeah, but I looked into that until I realized it'd be $1,400 for those cases.
No, but I'm saying like you will keep those things in there. There's not enough room. Like this closet is small. Yeah. Like that closet would be just for you. For real.
Yeah.
Like you got way more stuff than I do. And now we're going to take a little break for our sponsor, which is Cozy Earth. You know, this summer is ultra hot here, and I bet you wish you had some cozy, cooling, temperature regulating sheets to get into.
Those do make a huge
yes
deal in the summertime for sure.
Yes, they keep you cool at night. you wish you could walk around with your cool sheets all day because it's so hot here. They're made from viscose from bamboo, and they naturally like wick away the heat of your body. And so they literally keep you cool. And someone who has got amazing, beautiful hormones all over the place and hot flashes, these sheets literally are life-changing for this phase of life, especially this phase of life that I'm in.
And they also have, because Danielle mentioned that she could just walk around in the sheets all the time, but they actually have clothing as well. And it keeps you cool, keeps you dry in the summertime for sure. And they're super cozy.
Yeah, but good sleep quality like makes such a difference for how you respond and how you are the next day. If you've had good quality of sleep, it's going to reflect on the next day when you wake up. You know, if you don't sleep well, you're uneasy, you're tired, you're angry, you're short. But if you sleep cozy with your cooling sheets, I'm telling you, you'll wake up refreshed. And it actually is like a clinical study about how it improves your mood and symptoms of depression. And it just, for me, it's just the best part of it is not having the night sweats. And that is something I never thought that I would not have in this season of life. Like wake up sweating, and I'm like, no, with cozier sheets, I like not one time, hands down, not one time have I woke up sweating with those sheets. You can go to cozyearth.com and use code MORETHAN for 40% off. That is 40% off. And you will definitely feel the difference of your first night's sleep.
Yep. And you got a 10-year warranty on those sheets and a 100-night sleep trial.
Yeah. So sleep cooler, lounge lighter, and stay cozy. Thanks, Cozy Earth, for sponsoring the podcast.
Thanks, Cozy Earth.
But yeah, I mean, I think going through to me, since I've had 6 kids, whenever we're over a phase or done with something or we're not using it, I'm like, get it out of my house. Like, I don't want to see it. It takes over all this room, blah, blah, blah. And that's how I feel like yesterday from 9:30 to 6. It's like all I did was kitchen, pantry, and like some of the mudroom. It's like declutter, get rid of, this is going to storage and this is going to the house, but I don't really need all this Corningware. So like, let's just keep this, you know, it's just like trying to like process, like, what do we really need? I feel like I didn't do anything because all those boxes are just sitting there. And I'm like a person, it's like, I'm done with it. I want it out. Like I wanted to bring it to the house yesterday because I don't want it sitting right there in the kitchen because it makes it look like I didn't do anything. But like when I got a bag full of like donation stuff, I like put it in the car. I'm like, I don't want to see it sitting out here. It's just going to declutter the clutter. So it's like I put it in the car, and then when the car's full, then I'm going to go take it, you know. But it feels good to get rid of a lot of stuff. And, you know, we bring it to a lot of like Christian facilities here around that like take a lot of donations and stuff. But anyway, packing is exhausting. And, you know, I feel like I ran a marathon and I didn't, but it felt like it. My body felt like it. Yeah. And it's exhausting. I feel like I'm mentally like trying to process multiple things. Like, I don't know. But then I also feel really bad because the kids are home and I'm like, this summer sucks. Like, we usually have such a fun summer. And this summer, I just feel like it's been like warped around, like trying to transition. And I feel bad for the kids. But then I'm thinking, you know, they've been having fun. They're with their friends like every day. Either they're over here or they're over there. And we're trying to keep it fun and like here and there. Mm-hmm. That's why yesterday I was like, man, they helped packing a little bit. I'm like, all right, let's give everybody a little responsibility. I mean, you get 10 minutes in and they're arguing. And I'm like, all right, you 3 go upstairs. Y'all are done with when you're done with this, you're done for helping for the day. I can do it better by myself. But they do. I mean, we've packed a lot of things upstairs and gone through all the toys and stuffed animals and all the things. So I feel good about upstairs. There's just a lot of stuff. But I'll say, man, I'm not an emotional person. I don't get tied to like things. I'm not like a sentimental towards things Like, this table was from blah, blah, blah. Now, as I get older, I'm like, oh my God, I love that style. I wish I would have had that from my grandma or like whatever, you know. From the day last Friday when I went and got the keys for the house and you were doing a photo shoot, it was me and the girls. And I was like, let's go. Blake had never even seen the house. And I think Ava and Hazel were at your mom and dad, so they had never seen the house. So it's kind of weird. So I had all the girls. Adam was at a photo shoot. I went to go get the keys and like walked them all through the house, all of them. And like I snapped a picture because I was like, the first time they're seeing it, and I was like, this is weird. I can't post this because Adam's not in the photo. I was like, it looks weird. Felt weird. But, you know, it's been, the girls have been knowing like for, you know, at least since May that this is what we feel God's calling for us to do and to sell the house and to like move away in an aspect. And so it's been warming up to them, right? That different school. And I think Blake's been having the hardest time with like accepting, you know, the different school, but she's warmed up to it. And she still wants to go to her where she was supposed to go to, but I think it's getting easier for all of them. However, we walked into the house and getting the keys, and the girls have been with us, the Quints, like looking at multiple homes over the past couple of weeks, and we're moving. We're going to move. Do we like this house? Do we like this house? Does this work? Does this work? You know? And at this time, like Riley walks in and all of a sudden they're like, Riley's crying. And I'm like, what's wrong, Riley? And she doesn't like change.
Yeah. But we want to take a little break for our sponsor right now, which is Good Ranchers. And we have been grilling a lot lately. I mean, just outside, it's summertime, kids are at home. They want burgers, hot dogs,
steaks, Adam.
Steaks.
And Mama wants chicken.
They're constantly asking for steaks. And so we have to keep Good Ranchers stocked in our freezers.
Yes.
And boy, are they.
Yeah.
We never want to run out. With Good Ranchers, 3 main reasons to buy. I mean, every single thing from Good Ranchers is 100% sourced from the U.S. U.S. meat has way more strict regulations whenever it comes to like USDA and all that kind of stuff. And so like the stringent rules and stuff around US farmers, you can trust that. And I know our US farmers go through so much to get our food to the table. And it's just quality you can trust. Good Ranchers is free from any additives or chemicals or anything like that.
It's delivered straight to your door.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's quality that you want, and you don't have to just go rummaging through the grocery store. And most of the stuff at the grocery store, you don't know where it came from. It may say product to the US, it may have a USDA label on it, but that does not mean that it wasn't raised overseas and then put on a container ship for who knows how long, finished its last stage of cuts in the US, and they were allowed to put a USDA label on it. That's wrong. Good Ranchers does not do that. Right. And so all the meat comes straight to your door, flash frozen, and it can go straight into your freezer or straight into your sink to thaw. If you go to goodranchers.com, use the code Busby, you'll get $40 off.
Plus free meat for life.
With your subscription. Once you pick the box that you want, and I would say go to goodranchers.com/Busby because the Busby box is right there. And it's all our family staples. It's got all the stuff that we consume on a weekly basis.
Right.
So
we really just need a box of chicken nuggets this summer too.
They go so fast. The girls constantly want the chicken nuggets.
They're so good.
And I feel good about it because they're healthy.
Yeah.
They're gluten-free, seed oil-free. They don't have all the antibiotics or additives. And they're the cleanest chicken nuggets on the market. So we love them. So if you go to goodranchers.com and enter the code Busby, you'll get $40 off and your choice of free meat for life. And it'll give you a little prompt of the different cuts that you can pick from and choose as your free add-on. And you'll get that for the duration of your subscription.
Yeah.
So
thanks Good Ranchers for sponsoring this podcast.
Yep. Goodranchers.com, American meat delivered.
And she just started crying, which then made me like, okay, I gotta, you know, it's like, it's gonna be okay. Like, she doesn't want to leave her friends and she doesn't want a new room. And like, she's now thinking about the things that are going to be different. So that was hard. I was like, man, it's hard. It's hard being a mom where we feel, it's hard making these decisions, what's right, as you and your husband is what's right for your family. But then it's also when you get the reality of like, we're in this right now. And yes, we've been preparing our kids and like having conversations with them. But like now we're at this new phase where like now we have this house. We're now actually going to be moving into this house. It's like, then you carry the weight of, I guess I will say that I'm starting to like feel these feelings of like carrying the weight of like, what do they feel about situations as they get older? They have opinions, they have emotions, and they're all very different. And so to be able to, as a mom, be able to be on alert for how your 6 kids are going to respond in every situation, in every scenario that you bring on to them on the daily, it's a lot. Just that is a lot. And I think this is one of those things where I look back at like what God's been saying, like, hey, 2025, like your life's going to change drastically. And, for a while I'm like, okay. And so like, if we look at what's been happening in the last like 6-7 months, it has changed drastically for me. And for me as a mom, as me as a worker, all the things, me as a non-emotional, becoming an emotional person. But it's a lot. And him telling me like, I need you to be mom. I need you to be present. I need you to be, as the girls are getting older, you need to be more there. And I saw that moment at that moment, walking in the house and like Riley getting emotional and just thinking of like how they're all different. Like, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for every parent. How do you make sure your kids love you enough? How do you make sure your kids feel like you love them enough, all in their different ways? And, with how we have 6 of them, everything in 6 different opinions and 6 different emotions across everything, from a house move to what do you want to eat for dinner, to a lot of emotions to manage. Where do we want to, go eat tonight, to who's going to feed the dogs? It's a big thing. So, it's a lot, but I see God working through it. And so I trust in the rejection we have had as protection. And I believe that, he's going to abundantly provide and abundantly be more than we could ever have imagined. And I believe that because we've walked through seasons of that. And though it's challenging to be in the season of a transition or a change, I'm very thankful for my faith, and I'm thankful for our community of women who can, be there and like pray for you and encourage you, and to say like, dude, this is a lot. It's okay. Like, because sometimes I think we have to be too tough for it. And that's been my character my whole life, and so it's good to be filled with that amount of love and support and proximity, so.
Yeah. You never really know, like truly. Obviously we've understood it and we've accepted like we're going to go through this change or whatever, but don't fully know like how the kids are going to respond and react and stuff like that. And so with them, I feel like it's going to be a little bit delayed and it's not really going to sink in until like we actually move. Riley is very sensitive and she picks up on it probably earlier than the other girls will, but
yeah. Well, it's just personalities. Their personalities are just so different, and honestly, I'd forgot, like Riley's always been like that with change. When it's something she doesn't know and it's a brand new first or something, she always has a hard time right then and there. Yeah. But I guarantee you, after the first night there, she's gonna be like, I didn't cry about moving. Yeah. And she puts her tough mama roll on.
and it was very comforting. The day that we went and brought that stuff to the new house, we were pulling into the neighborhood, and there was like probably six little girls that were all around,
probably all their age,
all around their age, and they were having like a little bake sale and lemonade and water, stand bracelets. And selling bracelets, like right at the street. I'm like, oh, the girls are gonna love it here. There's a bunch of little girls their age that they'll be able to play with and stuff. And
So
Yeah.
above all the change, above all the struggles, I still trust in that God is still guiding us down this path and trusting that this is what he wants for us. And I believe that, and I feel that, and I'm already seeing like fruits of this struggle, so
Yeah.
it's good.
It was interesting. So I was at the house the other day, yesterday actually, and I did a Instagram story, and you just realize, I mean, obviously we have a ton of followers on Instagram. Probably our most loyal followers are that actually listen to our podcast regularly. You guys hear everything first, and you guys know like our thought process and how things have been going, and like how we've been like looking for and wrestling with this change and all this stuff. But, we haven't really shared much on social media other than just like small clips here and there. And then so like I, did an Instagram story where I'm like, yeah, I'm in the living room in the new, or in the kitchen in the new house, and kind of talked about that.
Did you just stand like all day because there was nothing to sit on?
I know. I was trying to work. I was at the bar with my laptop, and I was like, well, at least I'll edit some photos and stuff like that while I'm here. And I was there a little bit longer than I wanted to, and then I probably had 400 messages back. Why are y'all moving?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we've talked about this ad nauseum on the podcast, but anybody that doesn't listen to the podcast regularly, they're probably out of the loop.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what to do with that, but.
And I'm like, I'm going to do better at sharing. And I'm like, I
responded back. I'm like, well, listen to the podcast. You know about this. But
I get overwhelmed with just the amount of things I have to do, to much less like be like, how do I post about this? How do I share this? Because it's like a lot to do in the moment, and it's hard to be like phone. So like, I don't know. I'm a multitasker. That stresses me out.
Yeah.
That part. But anyways, I know Adam's got to jump on a call and meeting. He's got some meetings this afternoon. So I kind of want to wrap this up, and I'm going to go do something with the kids today. I just wanted to, I'm glad we have this platform to kind of process and share with you guys, because I know that, like Adam's saying, like the followers who, really do listen to this podcast and support, the Busbys, like we are so appreciative for that. We thank you. It is helping us in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And so
liking, subscribing, leaving positive reviews, supporting our sponsors. that helps us tremendously. And so those of you that have done any of those things, like we're very grateful for all that you've done to just support our family, our podcast, our mission. And so thank you.
Yeah. And so just to kind of close out this podcast, I'm just going to leave it with that phrase I said today. Hopefully y'all can settle in with it. And rejection is protection. So I want you to believe that, and I want you to ponder on what that means to you.
Yeah.
And
you may not feel it in the moment, but you always look back and like, oh yeah. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Yeah. And you can start by actually looking back at the times that you were rejected, and to see like where God brought you through those things. Yeah. So anyways, we love you guys. Thanks for listening.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to episode 41 of More Than Reality podcast. And we'll probably see you again in a different setting. So we'll see. I don't know what that's going to look like. So
me neither.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right. Love you guys.